could say anything, like just think about what to say. Just get a number and say, hey, what happened? I mean, you guys are right on the same, and this new article, it really, I've heard Imam Musa say the exact same thing. So it's a test to say, if he said this, what's up?
Stopping you.
Yeah, what's stopping us? Remember.
I don't know anybody. I'm sure people who are listening are wondering the same thing.
Okay, well, here's what we say. Remember, we said this all along.
Right.
The welcome mat is out. Why? Because somebody inside can do 50,000 more damage than somebody from the outside. Okay, we believe when we talk about strategic alliance, remember he's talking about such and such and such, northern, that's another way to say people north of what he's talking about, strategic alliance, Iran. He said the combatants with that same Iran, Iraq, Syria, but he can't say that like they had a crescent down there. After we started talking, man, it's 9, 10 years ago, about Triangle of Terror. I don't know if you remember the crescent. All of a sudden, years ago, it's got that same idea. So we have to use it. We want to find out how sincere, and then a few hints too, like we saw something from Dr. Khalid Siddiqui during the great old days when everybody was one family, that said wonderful things about yourself and Imam Musa. What happened? Just stuff like that. Would you take that good? Okay. But, frame it the way you want. And just think about it, but that'll be perfect. Here's why. It's not whether somebody has repented or not. You can look at things and you might think, yeah, it's head them off at the past. It's like you say, try to steal, quiet the thunder. Oh, that's not important. We're going to be doing this from now on. So don't ever set this aside and think that it's going to become one of those happy, smooth periods when life is just great. That's not during our lifetime, I don't believe. But it's good. Like right now, it's good. What's good about it? We got a strategic alliance. We got these crackpots. Hey man, today it was 45 to 55, right? The Senate.
Mm-hmm. Right, exactly.
You can't. But it ain't no big deal. Mm-hmm. But it's nice. That means even the crackpots know. Keep this bomb. See, a lot of people got some sense. Not a whole lot, but some. They know. Because we tell them every week. If y'all get out of line in the Middle East, the whole thing is going up. Like, and every progress that Iran makes, like shooting a satellite out. Oh, our satellites are peaceful. Well, if you got satellite technology, you also got aiming ability and you got communication, everything that goes with that. Right. So if you got a space program, you don't have to worry about hitting Johnny Boy or something over in the corner. You got that covered because you got to, if you could bring satellites into certain orbits and all of that, well, there's something down the street. Okay. But they know, when we talked about the Shia community, Arbain, even talked about. This, they having a big show today, they didn't have a big show in India a few days ago, they didn't have big shows in Afghanistan. I bet you could hear them hollering on the thing right now. Everything that would help us, they're doing. People don't like it because nobody wants to be, and all of this. They don't like trouble. Technically, none of us do. I've trained myself to like it because I know it's good for me. It's like bad taste in medicine. I tell the kids, I said, you take this colon seal, it'll kill you to heck. I don't know how nobody, this is something that's got a guarantee. It's going to dry you out. It won't be, whatever it's going to do, it's going to help you. And they won't take it because it don't taste good. I done learned to like it. I said, I don't care what it, I just put it in, let me break it up, put it in a little Coke or something, make it fizz. And hit it with a straw. Anything, because it helps. You know what I mean? It dries you up. Mucus gone. Puts you to sleep. All that stuff. Right. A cure-all. I don't like it. I said, what does that have to do with anything? What do you mean? And you have to coax them and holler at, you gotta chase them down. Did you take your stuff today? Just a little bit, would you just a little sip? Yeah, just a little sip. Because once you got it built up, you don't need a whole lot.
That's right.
Anyway, that's the way people are with the need. I don't want this jihad Akbar stuff. You know what I mean? If it's good for me, it ought to taste good too. And if it's bad for me and it don't taste good, I don't know. Just because the Quran say some things, jihad, the struggle, is good for you, but you don't like it. That is really true. In fact, 97% of the Muslims, they're practicing that. But anyway, this right here is a blessing. Yes, sectarianism is getting louder. Or, no, let me rephrase that. If you wait to pray, we're going to finish up a program. If you wait to, because we might be a little while, we're going to pray a little later. But if you want to wait, it's okay. Okay, so look here. Somebody calls our friend. One thing about it, they mentioned everything close to home. World Bank, you know what I mean? The guy that have their own contacts up there, we lovingly call him Mark America. This is where he is, if you can read. That's where he is, right out there. Okay, and he's been out there. Anyway, but we got enough sense to know who's with the other team. Just because you come out this afternoon, you're not on that team. When everything else has been pretty good teamwork. Because I started this stuff 15 years ago, almost. At least I gave a lecture on this in 2007. Advocate for the Islamic Republic of Iran. I mean, a lawyer, a spokesman, that we're going to take care of. Okay. I know what the people said to me. Well, my relationship with that. Well, that's all right with me. It ain't my relationship. And then the people, they kind of let you know where they're coming from. They roll their eyes. And then the the same people downtown, when they having a meeting with you that they don't, that there's something fishy about, they'll call them and here they come. They'll stall you until those people come in the building. So they do stuff like that all the time. We don't have to trust people. We just have to use the best intellect that we have to manage these situations. If we do it right, we save lives and we become like oil. You know, with oil, in the intellect, it's like it makes things run smoother, like it makes engines run smooth. You know, that's our job, to make this thing run smoother, to keep the rough edges away. Because these things, the human being will have these challenges. The bigger the challenges, the higher up you get, the more dangerous it get if you fall. You know what I mean? If you fall off the curb, that ain't nothing. But if you fall off Mount Shasta or something, you up there with it. You know? Okay, so we're up there now. The Islamic Republic is 41 years old. Everybody is still, I just don't believe it. And now people are trying to explain how it happened. How could you have a revolution full of fire and 41 years later, we mentioned it the other night, you got the same amount of fire, but everybody's mature. This is a super miracle. It haven't been nothing like that. Okay, so let me try to speak up. These people that are being discussed here, that don't like Velayat Faqih, nor do they like Sunni and Shia unity. I've been to places, I could smell it. What the other day was over there, that same thing. And everybody, can you imagine that everybody we talked to was lying over there? Everybody. That's unbelievable. The lady was standing there talking about how she was a student at Berkeley. Iranian Jews that place from 1980 to, say 1990, she would have to be 60 years old. If she was, you know, if you come over here, you're studying, you'd be, let's say 20. That lady wasn't 60. And her husband was 35. Because remember, he's holding a little baby? That's her husband, right?
Yeah.
That's her husband. That'd be strange for a 60-year-old woman to. Now, I say he was 35 because you can count the gray hairs. He had a certain amount of gray hairs. Remember, I told you Iranians age. They gray early. They don't age. They live a long time, but they turn gray quick. I mean, I have friends 28, 29. They start getting gray hairs already. We may start getting them at 40, 45, something like that. They get them right away. Okay, so I'm looking at all of this. So this baby, look at the baby was 2, 3, 4 years old, whatever is older than. So she young baby, usually a lady 60 years old, they're not gonna be able to have, they could, but I mean, it's very rare. You know, it was a lie. The brother I asked, I called the other day. I said, hey, call the people in the office and make an arrangement for me. And, oh, they're crooked, they're this, that, and other. And I was just thinking, I said, well, everywhere they are, good God Almighty. They're thieves, which probably is true. Yeah, but I mean, they're your neighbor. I mean, every time they have a program, you're the one preparing all the grub, you know, like grub or something. Anyway, everything was wrong. They had a wonderful program for Alama Zakzaki. Alama Zakzaki and I are almost exactly the same, except he done lost more people. He done had, hey, well, I take it back, we're not the same, because he done had real stuff. You know, shoot. So he lose 3, lose 1, his wife, God knows what they given him in the food, you know, that is, you know, but they had a program for him, you know, and they don't have, and the last year, when I went there, I had all the stuff to show, bust upside the head and everything. You can crack the heat down just a little bit, you know, it ain't no relationship at all. So anyway, we're not judging anybody, but you have to have some sense of who you're dealing with and how, you know, how their pattern of behavior, and how it fits. So anyway, this thing about a cultural revolution, we have to handle it carefully because it's deeper than the cultural. This is a part, this cultural revolution, time is going to be today. Okay. These dire predictions like are not as dire because everything we're involved in has, of course it has negativity, people get killed, but it has a bright side. The strategic alliance is fraught with mishaps, but it has a bright side to it. The bright side to it is, what do we expect from it? Do we expect what's been happening? That we'll face the challenges, that Hezbollah will rise to the occasion, that if Soleimani was aiding and assisting Hezbollah and was on the scene when they was in the 2006 stuff. Okay, you gotta remember, all this stuff, where were they and where were we? I don't care what it was. We said, oh no. I mean, we wasn't like, oh, we hope that, we said, oh no. We gave lectures, that was in July, something like that. Bashir, this is good news. Nobody said it was good news. Oh, they're destroying our water supply, our oil, they're destroying. That's why there ain't nothing. This is good news. Okay. That's with everything. We've been involved in this long enough to where if we followed the bad news and the bad possibilities, we would have been mistaken, and we would add to the sadness of the community. So we've been optimistic. I mean, from day one, juiced up for 40 years, 41 years. You know, even when I went back to the pen, you know, I was still juiced up. This is all right. I was in there. It was Reagan's coming from the outside visiting when I was in jail. And they was surprised, shocked. How could a guy that knows nothing about, that's the way they was thinking, the Islamic Republic, how could they be talking like that? Shoot, hey. Anyway, let's move on a little bit. says, there has been a welcome consolidation of an impending united front to combat, of combat-ready Muslims from Islamic Iran to the areas north of colonized Palestine. He can't say strategic alliance, but combat-ready, da-da-da-da-da. Forget about it. If we look, when it comes time to give Siraj a hug and all of them, we're gonna have to do it. I was telling our friends, not to stray from the subject, but Pagan in South Africa, Pagan people, they the one that set old Rashid Staji on fire. I don't know if you ever saw Rashid Staji. You ever see these movies with a man on fire just walking? Mm-hmm. Look at here. They did something to him, and he fell out, and then they threw a petrol bomb on it and lit it, and he got up. Oh man, I got that somewhere. But it's a man on fire. He died, of course, but that's Pagan's work. Pagan and I, look, we're good friends. People against gangsters and drugs. When I was talking with the same people of this line in South Africa, the rich guys from Gauteng down the more Indian part of, and the rich area in South Africa. You know, Johannesburg and all that area. They're very wealthy. And I was telling them, because I was speaking for Pagan even when I was around them. I would go off and speak for raise funds. One time I went to the courthouse in Cape Town. I went to one court, that was our brothers. Another court, I went to 3 courts, and it was all our brothers from Pagan. But Pagan had problems. I'll get back to the point, but Pagan, I would be running with Pagan, and I would say, they'd take a license plate. I remember one of blue, deep blue Mercedes convertibles, the little one, it was sharp. So the guy said, he's taking his license. I said, why are you taking his license plate? He said, well, he couldn't have